Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Joao Cancelo, as Barca have submitted a formal bid for the Manchester City right back, according to ever reliable source Fabrizio Romano. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Juan Foyth, as Barca targets release clause will rise from 40 to 54 million in the last week of this transfer window. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Ronald Araujo was Barca's best centre-back last season, yet was forced to play at right-back last night, in fact on Sunday night in the team's La Liga opener against Getafe. Such is the dire lack of resources at right-back for Xavi Hernandez. The manager has been calling out for a new signing all summer, and Fabrizio Romano brings promising news on that front. According to reports from the Italian journalists, Barca are set to offer a formal bid to Manchester City for Joao Cancelo. The proposal is expected to involve a loan move for the Portuguese star with a purchase clause attached to it. The coming days will therefore be crucial in reaching an agreement with the Premier League side. Barcelona have already agreed on personal terms with Cancelo and are now one step away from its incorporation. They will use a part of the money received from Ousmane Dembele's sale to fund his signing. 1 week ago, Barcelona appeared to be distancing rapidly from Joao Cancelo. Indeed, the veteran is Xavi's first choice signing, but Manchester City's stubborn stance on his sale made it unfeasible for the Catalans. Last week, reports revealed that manager Pep Guardiola's side would not entertain a departure on loan and would only settle for a permanent transfer. Only Jorge Mendes' intervention turned the tables. Jorge Mendes, the defender's agent, reportedly assured Barcelona of the player's transfer last week. He is confident that the latest maneuver will work out. Cancelo is not part of Pep's plans for Man City, as his rift with the manager is said to be unbridgeable. He thus prefers to move to Barcelona, where he will be a primary protagonist in a convincing project. In fact, the 29-year-old would take a significant salary cut in order to make that happening. Facilitating Joao Cancelo's move is thus in the best interest of Mendes' clients, and his personal intervention is not surprising. Of course, Josh Mendes have been very instrumental to the player joining Barca, as well as we can also see in the case of Joao Felix as well, who also wants to join Barca. We can see Josh Mendes putting a lot of efforts to see that happening. Now, when we also consider the fact that Jorge Mendes has a good relationship with Barca overall, especially with the president of Barca, Joan Laporta, it is also making things a little bit easier, because if we look at the fact that Joao Cancelo is possibly joining Barca towards the end of this summer, I think majority of it is because of the super agent, Jorge Mendes, who have been pushing the player to join Barca. We know that Joao Cancelo has no place now for Man City, as Pep Guardiola has no plans to incorporate the player into his plans. Even the first game of the season, we saw nothing about Joao Cancelo featuring in Pep's lineup, as well as the Community Shield, which means that Manchester City have had enough of him and they are open to letting him leave. And let's not forget, Joao Cancelo's move is a loan move. It is not a permanent move, because Barca can't afford signing him for a permanent move as things stand, because Barca's financial climate right now does not permit such. Manchester City are valuing the player at 45 million euros. And also for the loan move, it is a loan with an option to buy worth 45 million. But we've been getting reports saying that Barca are seeing that 45 million as too high as they might not be able to pay that at the end of next season when the loan spell comes to an end. So as it stands right now, the player is closer to Barca, but the only thing that might, delay negotiations a little bit is the transfer price. Talking about the buy option, which is worth 45, but Barca want to pay but 25 million euros, which can make things come to a standstill. But I don't think that will be much of a big problem heading into the end of the summer. Xavi Hernandez have been insisting on João Cancelo joining as he has remained his top choice ahead of players like Ivan Fresneda, ahead of players like Pablo Maffeo, ahead of players like Juan Foyt of Villarreal. And getting him will be a great deal for us because he's a player with high experience. He's one of the best right backs out there. And having him, even if he's on a loan move, I think he has a lot of quality to add to this Barca side, who have lacked a natural right back for such a long time. We have seen Sergio Dest, left out of the squad completely on match day one against Getafe on Sunday night, which already is a message from Xavi that he doesn't count on the right back again. Definitely, we saw Araujo playing as the right back on the night. Kunde have already said he doesn't want to play there again because he doesn't feel comfortable playing there. He wants to continue playing at his natural centre back role. So, which makes it very, very necessary for Barca to go for a right back. And I think the João Cancelo move happening, as Josh Mendes have been assuring Barca lately, I think is a great development for us. Then on to the final story of discussion. Barca continue to search for new signings, and the hunt for a right back is well underway. With the right back position being the most immediate concern for Xavi, Barca have shortlisted an array of players they see as worth pursuing. The Catalans are eyeing a number of players that are suited to play in this position, and Juan Foyt has been one of the candidates shortlisted. Although Barca have set their sights on the Argentine, with Xavi particularly holding him in high regard, the Blaugranas are bound to face ample difficulties in the event they pursue his signing. According to AS, Villarreal have essentially closed the door for any negotiations for Juan Foyt. It has been reported that the 25-year-old had informed the Yellow Submarine that he wants to leave the club for Barcelona. Following that, there was an expectation that Villarreal could leave some room to negotiate, but that has not been the case. As per the report, Foyt's release clause stands at 40 million currently and will rise up to 54 million during the last week of the window, and Villarreal have absolutely no intention of negotiating a lower fee. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.